Hi, everyone, and happy Grateful Wednesday. It is another segment of my Naked Talk, and today I have the pleasure of having someone that I had never met, but I just had a chat with him, and I feel like I know him a little bit. So we're all going to learn and expand our naked brains for a bit. So if you have any questions for my guests, please post them below. If you like this kind of shows, please press like, share with others. You might learn something. I know we're going to be talking some real rock star chiropractic today, and we're going to be sharing some awesome tips because I can tell that my guest is ready to share. So for those that are that don't know him, and I'm going to hear this introduction just with you as well, please let's welcome and introduce yourself. Hi, Dr. Adam. It's my pleasure to have you. So please tell our audience a little bit about you, where you went to school, how long you've been in practice, what's your deal. Whatever you want to share with our audience will be great.
Well, I'm an old school chiropractor. I graduated sometime around the fall of the Roman Empire. I was there back in the trenches. Graduated in 1984 from New York Chiropractic College. Been a chiropractor for 35 years now. I guess it's 2019 now, huh? So 35 years. Practiced mostly in Southern California. I grew up in a little town called Lompoc, so I practiced there for a while. Now I'm down in LA, like Burbank, and also in Catalina Island. I don't know if people on the East Coast know about Catalina, but it's a little island about 25 miles off the coast of LA. And so I have a practice.
It's beautiful.
It is got such good energy. The allure of that island it just draws people. So I've been serving that community since 1988, and now I developed a technique called cranial facial release, which is a unique and powerful cranial adjusting technique where we actually incorporate the use of tiny balloons that are quickly inserted in the nose and then inflated to mobilize the bones of the face and cranium and open up your breathing passageway. So I've been teaching that for about 20 years now. It's very powerful technique. It's just life-changing. So that, and also now my new venture, as I've started Chiropractic Rocks, which is a big international convention that we're having in Reno, March 28th through 30th. We're calling it the Chiropractic Rocks Super Conference. We've got speakers coming from as far away as Australia, Europe, coast to coast. We got some of the top leaders of our profession that are gonna be speaking at it. So we're very excited. It's our first year. It's our kickoff year. So we're hoping to hit it out of the park. But man, our lineup of speakers is just phenomenal. So we're excited about it.
Wow, that sounds very exciting. Maybe that's where I know you from. I was when I was speaking at Karo Sushi in June. Somebody was doing that technique, and I was.
Oh, that was me.
It was you. So that's where I met you. That's where I met you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I knew we met before.
Yeah, so I wanted to do it so badly, but I was a little bit scared, to be honest, but I can't wait to try it. So that is on my to-do list. I wanted it so much, and then I was like, I was going to LA with my kids for a week and vacation, and I was like, how about if that just brings out all this stuff and I get to express too much health because of my opening up my sinuses. So that's what went through my head, but I definitely want to have it done. Anyhow, this is awesome that you're putting together a seminar. I know how hard it is.
Oh man.
I know how hard it is. I've been putting together mission trips forever and taking leaders in our professions and speakers, and I'm putting together the stay and the whole organization of an event is so hard. So I praise you for doing that. I know, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Is this your second year doing it?
No, this is our kickoff year. It's our first year doing it.
First time. Good. Well, that sounds terrific, and I'm sure you're gonna rock it. I love the name. Hence the reason you are on my interview today. That name got you, and I was like, rock chiropractic. Oh, I could do this for sure. So And you are definitely a pro, and you've been around our profession for 35 years. And congratulations for serving our community and being
Thank you.
And doing this. And my question to you, and it's a question I do to most of the leaders I have on, what do you think is missing in chiropractic? What do you think us as chiropractors or as chiropractic students need to put inside of us to get that certainty at the level where we can reach higher masses?
Well, it's thank you for asking that question, because I just spoke about this at Life West last Friday. And, you know, I told, first of all, the first part of your question, what's missing is unity in our profession. We all, you know, we all have, I'm sorry, we all have like a common goal, which is to excuse me, to love and serve. And, you know, through chiropractic, by unleashing the power within, the power that made the body heals the body, primarily by having the nervous system express itself at 100% of its full capacity. And that's everyone's common goal.
Yes.
But we're so divided, you know, within our profession. It's everybody shoots inside the tent. Everybody wants to have their own identity. And it's not like we don't have enough problems already from the outside, people trying to take us down and shut us down from the outside, that we have to self-implode from the inside out. And that's the thing. I think Sean Dill put it better than anyone I ever heard. He said, unity without uniformity. We don't all have to agree on the same technique or the same approach, but we got to agree that we need to unite behind a common cause. And so, you know, for the future preservation of our profession, put our egos aside. I mean, that was one of the things about Chiropractic Rocks, is, you know, the one of the primary objectives was to tell everybody to, you know, leave your guns at the door. This is not about you. This is about the future of chiropractic. So all egos, leave them at the door. We're doing this to promote the future of chiropractic on a global level, so that we can preserve the future of chiropractic for the generations to come.
That is so powerful. And again, another of the reasons why I do this, and I have all kinds of different people from everywhere, because we all want the same thing, really. And we definitely need unity. We want to help people. So however you choose to do it, that is your passion, your prerogative, and your own path. But as a profession, if we can just unite on that one thing, then we can definitely move forward. And then, yes, fight against everything else that is against us, right? And all these things are shooting our way. So I love that. I'm gonna be interviewing Dr. Dill soon. So I'm going to review that with him. Unity without uniformity. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. That just sparked. That's it. That's the reason I do this, people. It's just to get that voice, to get the voice out, as that we all want the same thing. And yes, there is different techniques and different seminars and different everything, but what do you really want? Want to help people, right? So I love that. And on that note, I'm going to ask you, because I love to share tips. I've been doing my naked tips since it started in 2014, and I love to share quick tips that we can all start using right away without the excuses of when and if, whatever. So what will be your best business tip that you can give, whether it is to the students that are just coming out and have no clue what business is like, or to a chiropractor that's been in practice for 10, 20 years and is burnt out about the same old stuff?
You know, it's so simple. It boils down to one thing, Doc, and that's falling in love with chiropractic. You know, falling in love with chiropractic again. If you've lost that passion, there's an old saying, and you've heard it before: you catch fire, people love to watch you burn.
Yes.
You know, so if you are passionate about chiropractic and you tell the story of chiropractic, people will resonate. It will resonate with people, and they will be attracted to you. Because the thing is, most patients come in with one treatment goal, and that's to get out of pain. I mean, they think we're primarily headaches, neck pain, and back pain doctors, and they don't even have a clue of what chiropractic really is, which is wellness. You know, staying well by having a properly functioning nervous system. And you know, I'm going to be quoting a lot of the great masters, but Dane Donahue, one of my favorite chiropractors on the planet, his saying was, give them what they want, but show them what they could have. So, you know, address their immediate treatment goal, which is their neck pain or their back pain, but it's our obligation to share what chiropractic is truly all about. And it's about wellness, and it's about staying well, through a properly functioning nervous system. And if you explain that to people the way that we understand it, it's not really like you're even selling it. You're basically just explaining it to them and giving them the option of having chiropractic as a lifestyle, so that they can stay well and their families can stay well. And if you say it with passion and just fire in your heart and love, I mean, that's the most important thing, is to love people. If you love them, they feel that energy. Even if you're not the most skilled chiropractor in the world, just the fact that you give people love and that you're part of their day, it makes them feel better. Just that alone, that loving touch. So the secret to success is to catch fire, spread the word of chiropractic, explain it to people so that they have that option of making that a lifestyle for themselves, as opposed to them having that preconceived idea of us just being like headaches, neck pain, and back pain, because that's what they think we are.
That is so sad that is indeed what people think we are. And I love that. Obviously, catch fire and let people, watch and just want that part of you. I always tell to my patients, if they knew what I know, they would do what I do, right?
Right.
But there's gotta be ways that we can get it across more universal, so it is a streamlined message. And I ask these questions because it's things that I want to know, right? So if I want to know, I imagine my viewers want to know, because we chiropractors have a lot of things, but we don't say it because what are they going to think of us? But I don't care, because it's my naked show, so I say whatever I want to say. But
it's your show.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I love just to brainstorm and ask what can be that streamlined message. Yes, if we're not connected to source, we're not going to function, and you won't be able to enjoy your vacations or enjoy your family or enjoy the money you're making at work. Whatever it is, there's got to be that thing that hits to the value system and is able to close people so they snap. And yeah, probably I'm going to definitely ask Sean Dill about this, because to be able to close people so they make chiropractic part of our lifestyle. I just love this conversation. So you can expand on it if you want.
Well, I mean, the thing is that people are dying out there because they don't know what you and I know.
Yeah.
They don't know that chiropractic is about wellness. They don't know the miracles of chiropractic that we see in our offices every day. People that were truly sick that got better without drugs or surgery, just because of the power of the human body and the innate intelligence and the healing capacity of what we have inside. It reminds me of an old Indian story that I heard one time about this old American Indian that was, he had this like 1 acre of dirt out in Texas, and he was poor and he had no money, and all he did was try to scratch a living out of that dirt. And then they discovered oil on his property. So the oil company came and offered him $1 million for his 1 acre of property. And so he took it. And the first thing he did is he went out and he bought a brand new Cadillac. But he didn't know how to drive. So what he did is he took his 4 finest horses and hooked it up to the front of the Cadillac, sat on the hood, gave it a little crack of the whip, and rode it into town. And a guy comes up to him and he goes, "What are you doing?" And the Indian is like, "Well, what do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, why are you using 4 horses on the outside when you got 400 horses on the inside?" And that kind of epitomizes chiropractic right there. People want to get well by taking things in a bottle or a pill or a lotion or a potion, to try to get things from the outside to bring it inside to make you healthier, when you got everything you need right there inside in that 400 horsepower you got in this engine called innate.
Yep. It's just like, I guess we have to become, like the doctor said, used to say, simple, stupid, right? We have to get back to the basics because if people, sometimes I give examples in my office and are like, "Oh, I never thought of it." It's like, who heals a cut when you cut yourself? It's like, people are like, my body. So it's just going back to, you have all the power within. We just need to just make sure it's flowing right. It could be so simple. Okay, so moving along, because I love talking about chiropractic. Chiropractic is obviously part of my life and everything I do, and all the different streamlines that I do is just to help people because I feel we need it. So your best tip for business, for sure. What would you recommend the new upcoming students that are graduating? What is the first thing, if you had a room full of 300 students and they were all paying attention to you, and there was one thing you wanted to tell them that they could start doing right away to have the practice of their dreams, so to be able to remove all these fears that they come out with, $200,000 in student loans and all these hang-ups that they have, and then these expectations of or what they think it could be or it will be, what would you tell them to just remove that layer and in Get Naked style, strip down so they can fly with it?
You know, I hate to repeat myself because, like I said, I just gave this message at Life West, and I told them, you want to be successful in practice, the one key to success in practice is just having passion for chiropractic and telling the story of chiropractic. That one thing, that is the one common denominator of every chiropractic practice management group that you go to. I mean, I'm old school, so back in the day it was Marks and Gibson, Singer, Ward, all these guys. If you go to any of their practice management groups, the one common denominator that they all had was to have a back care class, or we called it Better Results Faster class, or a back talk, whatever you want to call it. But every patient, it's mandatory for them to attend that class. So we even gave them like a discount, like we charge $75 a visit. But if you come to this class, this Better Results Faster class, which is the most important appointment you're ever going to make in our office, because it's going to teach you and inform you of what you need to do to have chiropractic work optimally for you. It's like, these are the things that you need to know so that you can get the full benefit of chiropractic. So they come and we tell them to bring their support team, whether it be their spouse, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their sister, their brother, whoever. Bring someone with you who's going to help support you, because they're going to be the ones that are going to have to encourage you along the way, so that you can do the things that are necessary to get better quicker. And so then when you go, it's basically, I just tell them the story of chiropractic. I tell them about D.D. Palmer and about Harvey Lillard and how, you know, he restored his hearing, but, you know, for the next however many patients he adjusted, nobody got their hearing back after Harvey. But what they noticed was other things started getting better, like their asthma improved, their digestive problems got better. You know, their allergies went away. I mean, all these things they started noticing, and then they realized that it was because the nervous system was being allowed to express itself at 100% of its full capacity. And if you tell people the story of chiropractic and you explain it to them in such a way, explain what the subluxation is, explain what the implications are, the negative health implications that are inherent in your body if you have subluxations in your spine. And you explain it to people so they change their treatment goals. That's the thing. You got to have people change their treatment goals from getting out of pain to wanting to stay well and wanting that for their entire family. And not everybody will buy into it. You know, not everybody's going to accept that message as being something that resonates with them. But enough people will. I remember Reggie Gold. I took a seminar from Reggie, and he would tell me that he would only accept like 1 out of 10 patients, because if they didn't understand the message that he was conveying, that it's all about staying well through a properly functioning nervous system, he didn't accept them as patients. But over time, if that 1 out of 10 patient got it and they became lifetime chiropractic patients, over time, you would have so many patients in your office that were there for the same common goal, which was to stay well through chiropractic care. And that's how you build a practice. That was a message directly from Reggie Gold, and it stuck with me. And I'm telling you, that is the secret to success. That for any chiropractor coming out of school, Don't be afraid, and don't just tell the story. You got to jump on the roof and shout it from the rooftops. Get excited. Like I said, you get excited, people get excited. They feel your energy, and just that alone is so healing.
I think it's just, you didn't lose me, right? I just got a call, crazy call in the middle. It's so important that we share not only the story of chiropractic, but also our story. We have to, and I love sharing stories. Obviously, I'm going to have Roberto Monaco on soon enough too. He is amazing about storytelling. And when you were talking about the old timers, I'm an old timer too, I guess. I've been around practicing for 20 years. I know.
Oh my God, yeah, that's awesome, Doc.
Larry Marson is one of my guys. So I learned from the old school, and there's so many things from the old school that we should always keep. And that is one of those. Whether you do a group class, a report of findings, and it is mandatory, at least in my office, I don't give results unless they bring their support person with them, just because that's what's going to make them the most successful patients. And that's the only patients I want to have. I want success stories. We have enough mediocre stories, right? So, in that note, and I know I'm sure you have plenty of stories to share, but considering our time here, what would be a story you would like to share from your practice, from your life? It doesn't need to be in practice. It's Naked Talk. So we talk about relationships. We talk about all kinds of things. And I have to mention also that my One Day Naked experience is coming now in March. I will be putting the link right here if you want to improve and get rid of all these hang-ups, so you can live your best life. But what will be your most favorite story? And also if you have any regrets in practice or in life, and what have you learned from that, or what can we learn from your experience?
You know, being a chiropractor, you get to witness miracles in your office every day. Honestly, I mean, my first 20 years of practice, or my first 15 years of practice, I was blown away at the power of chiropractic. I mean, especially being new, fresh out of school, you hear it in philosophy class, but you don't really experience it firsthand until you start practicing. And it was just amazing how people would blossom with just the simplest of chiropractic adjusting. And, because I wasn't that skilled when I first got out of school. I wasn't the best of chiropractors, but people still responded. And as I honed my skills and I got better at what I did, the level of healing elevated also. But once I started doing the balloons, once I started doing craniofacial release technique where I put the balloons in the nose, it was a whole different level of healing. I mean, chiropractors get 80% of their patients well by adjusting 20% of the nervous system, primarily focusing on how that nerve impulse is transmitted, where craniofacial release taps into that other 80% above the neck, where the impulse is generated, created, and produced at the source. So that's what BJ was talking about when he said above, down, inside out. The above down part, which nobody addresses. It's the first part of the equation. The part that comes first is the above down, from the brain down. But as chiropractors, we only focus on the inside out part, which is the second half of the equation, and how that nerve impulse is transmitted. So once I started doing balloons and tapping into how to affect the impulse at its source, at the source of the impulse, it was literally biblical level healing. I mean, a whole different level of healing. And I've got so many stories. Matter of fact, I was just up in San Francisco and Santa Clara, and a bunch of the Palmer West students came to my lecture. And there was this one kid, he told me this story about how he got hit. I mean, this was his story. He got hit between the door of a submarine and a tree. And I was like, those two things just don't go together. What are you talking about? I guess, some of these doomsday preppers, these survivalists, they take things like submarines and they bury them in the ground, and they make like a survival condo out of it. And he was building one of those, and I guess the door of the submarine hit him in the side of the head, and it smacked him up against a tree. And he was talking about all these neurological problems that he's had since then. Just depression and brain fog and headaches. And insomnia and anxiety and all this stuff. And he came up, he goes, would you balloon me? And I'm like, sure. I mean, that's kind of what it does. It optimizes brain function. So I ballooned him one time. It was just, after my lecture. And I wish I could read the text to you right now of what he sent me. I don't want to lose you, but oh my God, he sent me the next day the most heart-wrenching, tear-jerking text that I've ever read in my life. It was just, Doc, he said, you have changed my life. He goes, I can't even tell you how grateful I am to you for how different I feel. He goes, my headaches are gone. I don't feel depressed anymore. Everything feels so clear in my brain. I feel sharp. All my senses are accentuated. He goes, I didn't snore last night. I woke up feeling rested and ready to tackle the world. He goes, you've changed my life, and wow. I can't thank you enough. And this is from a chiropractic student. And I mean, that's just one of so many stories that I could share. And I'm sure that chiropractors who just everything from C1 down or for the occiput down also can share those same exact stories. But, I've just got so many stories that are just at such a higher level of healing once I started doing the balloons and started tapping into that other 80% that's above the neck. It's just literally, I'm sorry to use the word, but it's literally biblical level healing.
Well, sounds so amazing. I want to have it done right now.
Yeah. I'm on a plane coming your way, Doc. Where are we talking from? I'm in Burbank, California. Where are you?
I'm in Miami. So.
Oh man, so Sean Dill's gonna have his summer boot camp down there for Chiro Sushi the last weekend of June. Sean Dill and Tristan Schaub, and it's Chiro Sushi is coming to Miami.
Coming to Miami, yeah. So it's going to be right in my backyard. It's going to be fun.
I got a question. Do you know a doctor named Dr. Lou Arendt? Arrandt. Lou Arendt.
I've heard of his name, but don't know him personally. And I know a lot of chiropractors down here. Does he practice down in Miami or Fort Lauderdale?
He does, and he is the most amazing doctor on the planet. Like, if I ever got sick, I need you to take me straight to Dr. Lou. And he is down there. He does the balloons.
Oh,
He's one of our CFR doctors.
Can you tag him on this video after? Because I want to go see him. I feel I wanted it to try it so badly. I was like, I want to. But then I was, again, because I was going on vacation with my kids right after that seminar for a week to LA, I said, how about if that just brings out, for me to express some health, and I feel like I need to rest, or, I didn't have that. That's the reason, because I feel so powerful that it could open up things you haven't noticed.
It does, Doc, and I will tag him on this, but just look him up. Arrandt, Arendt, Lou Arendt, and he is the salt of the earth. I'm telling you, that guy has more love pouring out of his heart than anybody I know, and especially you tell him who you are and tell him that we spoke, and he will take such awesome care of you.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna look him up right after. Honestly, I could use an adjustment right now. This is the thing. I miss practicing with other chiropractors. So I know we're getting to the end of the show, and it's been such a wonderful time. I'm so glad I met you. I'm so glad you reached out. I'm glad we had this talk. You gave us some awesome tips, and we are very much in line. And that's why I do this. Because we are so different, but we are so alike, and we all want to express our passion, tell our story, save more lives, and make a bigger impact in the world. And thank you so much for doing that. I know I posted it here that people need to check out your Chiropractic Rocks seminar. You're going to post the link for that down here. Anywhere else where people can find more information about you, about your seminar, of your technique, anything else, can you share it with our audience?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Chiropractic Rocks. It's going to be held in Reno, Nevada, March 28th through 30th. We've got an all-star lineup of speakers. I mean, the top leaders of our profession are there. We've got Sean Dill speaking, Liam Schubel. We've got Ron Oberstein, president of Life West. We got Neil Cohen, vice president of Sherman College. George Curry, president of the ICA. Leslie Hewitt, past president of the CCA. We've got, who else? Peter Morgan, your friend Peter is going to be speaking. We've got Miles Bodson from the Cash Practice. We've got Del Bigtree is going to be speaking for us. Cliff Tao. We've got Barbara Eaton coming all the way down from Alaska. We've got a lot of women on stage. Amanda Appleblatt, Susan Blasky is going to be on stage for us. Haley Jules, I just interviewed her yesterday. She's going to be there trying to put together chiropractic dream teams where they have a common mission behind their doctors for the CAs to just, the CAs are the most important ones in the office, and she puts together just total dream teams for doctors so that they can elevate their healing capacity and deliver their services at a higher level because of their CAs being organized and being, having a common mission behind the doctor. Who else do we have? We got Dennis Perman from the Master Circle. I'm going to be interviewing him next. Tristan Schaub's going to be speaking for us. Cliff Tao, who's the amazing radiologist, is going to be speaking. Just trying to think who else. Margaret Colucci, president of the FCLB. She's still on the fence because her daughter's a figure skater. But anyway, we've got an all-star lineup of speakers. You can look us up at chiropracticrocks.us. Chiropractic Rocks Us. And it's going to be at the Grand Sierra Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel, rated the #1 hotel and casino in Reno. And on Sunday, we're actually going to put a ski bus out in front of the casino and bring everybody up to North Lake Tahoe. With all the snow they're getting up there, it's going to be epic spring skiing. So I'd like to invite everybody to be there. And please go to the website, check it out, like it. Go to our Facebook page too, Chiropractic Rocks Facebook page, and like, share, or comment. And let's just, let's fall in love with chiropractic again. I mean, that's the whole emphasis of this convention, is to get everybody under one roof, to unify behind a common cause, which is basically to promote chiropractic on a global level. So it'll survive for the next generation of chiropractors that follow us.
Well, it sounds amazing. You're just missing a crazy Latina on your lineup, but I'll sit with you because it's your first time. I
would love to have you on there. As a matter of fact, I love your name, by the way. It's so powerful and loving. It's just, well, thank you. And you, Doc, are awesome. Thank you for everything you're doing for our profession to try to unify us and have these type of podcasts. I mean, you're doing a lot for chiropractic, and I appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being here and sharing your passion and love with others. I know we are touching lives, and every day we're getting more naked, more raw, and expressing our true joy and love to the world that is so much needed. So thank you again. I wish you the best, and your seminar may be a huge success. I know most of the people that are speaking is going to be amazing. So people, go sign up for it. Check it out. Like his page. He's going to put all the links here. And for everybody watching and everybody commenting, you see, Kaylee says that you should get me on stage. But yeah.
And you're there, Doc. Next year, you're going to be
for sure. For everybody watching, everybody coming, thank you so much for your support. Share with your friends if you heard something that they could be blessed with. This is how we make a little impact, and we put our drop, we share, we get the voice out, we spread some love, some joy, some passion, and some certainty that is much needed in our profession and in our lives. So thank you again. It's been a pleasure. Have a blessed day.
Ciao. You too, Doc, and thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate the time to talk to you.
Awesome.
All right. Have a great day. I'll be in touch. We'll see you soon. I'll see you in Miami.
For sure.